Hey guys, and welcome to another luxury product review. Now today I am reviewing a foundation with probably one of the longest names ever, and that is the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I've had this now for probably just over a month, and I've been just using it all different ways, trying to work out the way I like to use it and just testing all the claims that the company does make on the product and if it measures up. So I'm just going to start with the packaging and work my way through on all the different points to it. So firstly, the packaging is just your typical Nars cardboard box, and on the side it says, "All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation reaches an extraordinary new level of perfection with ultra lightweight complete coverage and a uniquely fluid stay feel." So their whole thing is that it is weightless, it's supposed to stay for 16 hours, and it's not supposed to feel like you're wearing makeup. So this is the foundation itself. So it actually looks quite luxurious. It's a nice glass bottle. It's very different to the Nars Sheer Glow, which is a very short bottle. And it comes with just your black cap on the top. And probably one of the best features about this foundation, wait for it, it's got a pump. Finally, they put a pump on it. The Nars Sheer Glow, you had to buy the pump separate and the lid didn't go back on, and I don't know, it was really weird. But yes, it has a pump, which is awesome. It does say on the back on the container actually, to give it a good shake, because it is a very light, very, very light foundation. It's very liquidy if you pump it on the back of your hand. It's a very runny consistency, and it's just easy to blend. So I use probably 1 to 2 pumps for this, depending on the coverage I'm going for and on how my skin is going at the time. I am wearing it today, and I used probably 2 pumps today. And the brush I like to use it with is the Zoeva. This is the Silk Finish brush number 102. So it's quite a dense brush that you just I use to just buff it all over my skin. On the instructions, it does say to put it in the palm of your hand and warm it up, and then apply it with your fingers. I did try that, and I have tried a few different brushes, but using this Zoeva brush seems to be the best way for me. It gives me a nice even coverage, moves the product around easily, and yeah, I just like the way it buffs into my skin because I feel like it helps it stay a bit longer. 16-hour wear, I don't think I've ever worn makeup for 16 hours straight, but the times that I have worn it all day long, it does stay put. It doesn't move around, it doesn't wear off easily. It's really, really good. I do get oily still through, I just have oily skin type through my T-zone, on my chin, a little bit on my cheeks. So I do set especially those areas with a powder. And through the day, I may have to blot or touch up again, which I don't mind because I'm used to that with the foundation anyway. Now, I use the color Mont Blanc, which is the same as the Nars Sheer Glow foundation, because I have used both. It is a really good match for me. It's very, very slightly too yellow tone for me. I would prefer a pink tone because of my skin tone, but I feel I can get away with it once I've finished like my whole face of makeup. You don't even need to set it with a powder if you're one of those people that prefer not to, or you can get away with that. It has a really nice finish, like there's no transfer. It's a really satiny sort of finish. It's not like dewy, it's not completely matte. It's just really nice in the middle, and it feels like skin. It's really like weightless. Like even now I feel like I'm not wearing it, and that's the sort of look I'm going for at the moment with my makeup, is a more natural, like I'm wearing makeup, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing makeup. So I'm really achieving that with this foundation, so I'm absolutely loving it. It's super easy to blend. With dry skin tones, it does say on the packaging it is for all skin types. I probably wouldn't suggest it for dry skin types, because I have found on dry patches on my skin that it does cling to those areas, and I have heard other reviews claiming the same thing with dry skin. I mean, you could get away with it if you do like a really good moisturizer and a primer. I use a primer underneath mine, and then also set it with a setting spray just because I want my foundation to last all day, as long as it can anyway. One thing I did really like is once it's set, like you've got to work fairly quickly with it. It's because it's such a thin texture, it just like adheres to your skin really quick. So I just kind of really buff it in pretty quickly. I do like 1 pump first, and then usually go in with a second pump on just areas that I need it. I tend to, if I've got blemishes or extra redness, I tend to use more foundation in those areas rather than like a concealer. I do use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, but because that concealer is a creamy texture, it's a lot heavier and thicker. So I tend to find that if you use that over blemishes and areas that need more coverage, it really stands out because they are two completely different consistencies. So I tend to just use a bit more foundation in those areas. And then under my eyes, I use the concealer, and any other little bits, I use a very, very tiny amount of the Nars concealer, and that tends to work really well. And then I set all those areas with powder. Now, I wouldn't go overboard with applying the product. It is a medium to full coverage buildable foundation, but just do little bits at a time. Do like one pump, do it all over your face, and then just go back in areas that you need more, because if you build it up too much, it's just gonna look like you're wearing so much makeup. It is not gonna look natural at all, because the whole aim of this foundation is to make it look like it's weightless, it's breathable, it's natural, and you don't want to overdo it. I also find other products go on over the top really well, so it doesn't matter if I'm using, you know, all different brands or different blushes and, you know, bronzers and highlighters and things like that. All the products seem to work really seamlessly together. I'm using all different brands on my face today. The one thing I was really impressed with is because it is a stay all day sort of foundation, it wasn't thick. So normally I do try to wear stay all day foundations because of my skin type. I find that most foundations just slide off after a few hours. But I do find with other stay all day foundations, the consistencies are so thick and so heavy, and it congests your skin and you get breakouts, and it just looks like you're wearing too much makeup. So I'm really happy that Nars has been able to achieve a foundation that has an all day formula, but is still lightweight, flawless, even just natural coverage. So that is definitely one of my favorite parts about this foundation. Now, value for money, this is a 30 ml bottle, as I said earlier, for $64. And because you do only need a tiny bit of product each time you use it, I feel like this bottle is going to last forever. It does look quite large, and I've been using it for probably about 4 or 5 weeks now, and I've barely even made a dent in it. So for my final verdict, I think I have to say that this is actually my holy grail foundation. Like, it just does everything that I want a foundation to do. It stays all day, has really great coverage, makes my skin look flawless, and just, yeah, is a great lightweight foundation. And I just really like that I can put other products on top of it, like concealer and powder and all the other bits that you put on your face, without, you know, looking overdone. Everything just works so seamlessly and naturally together. If you do want to give this a go and you're a bit hesitant, I would suggest definitely picking it up and even going to somewhere and asking for a sample and getting color matched. Which is what I did, and I even got one of the girls in Mecca Maxima to actually put this on for me, and then I wore it for a few hours, and then the next day I actually went back and picked it up because I was really impressed with just that very first impression. Alright guys, so that is the end of my latest luxury product review. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and give it a share as well if you really liked the review and want other people to see it, and hopefully spread your opinion around as well. And leave in the comments down below if you've tried this before and your thoughts on it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I am doing more and more luxury products reviews, plus a whole bunch of other video content which you can check out right now if you like on my YouTube channel. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, be beautiful, and I will see you next time. Bye!